Evening, everybody. I hope you are well today. I didn't do a show earlier on because I was away, and I'm not going to do one tomorrow. So I thought I would get one done later on tonight. Um, I've just watched a load of stuff. I've just looked at a lot of news. Some really interesting stuff that's come out. Thought I'd kind of go over a little bit of a recap of what's happened. Also talk about more Zubimendi stuff because we can't get enough of him, can we? If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do. I was listening to a couple of channels today. It looks like there's a lot of people that are kind of looked at the bigger picture and kind of calmed down a bit now from the fume. There's also other players that have now popped up that I want to talk about. There's also a bit of news about players going and players coming and more players going. So we just wanted to kind of jump into that, go through a couple of websites, couple of updates, couple of media outlets. I also want to have a look at the fixtures because nobody's talking about the fixtures, and there are some horrendous games, runner games that we've got, and looks like we've been hit with the 12:30 kickoff shit again. Crazy. I also wanted to kind of just like, if you're going to leave me comments on my channel, please be respectful. Like, you know, if you're watching my shows, then you're clearly watching my shows because you want to watch what I'm talking about and you want to hear what I'm talking about. There's no point sending me hate. Like, there's just no point sending me hate. Like, I'm not here to listen to that stuff. I'm not here to read that stuff. And I'm sure you're not either. So please, if you haven't got anything nice to say, then just don't say anything at all on my channel. Otherwise, I'll just kick you off it and you won't be able to view me again. And if you come at me in other people's channels, I'll get them to ban you as well. Okay, so it's just a word of warning that, like, let's be respectful to each other. Like, I don't say anything bad about you, so don't say anything bad about me. And if you do, I'll ban you from my channel. And if I see you in other channels, because I go on everybody's channels, I'll ban you from all of them. And that's all I'm going to say on the matter. Okay, brilliant. Much love, anyone, and everyone else. So let's delve into a couple of. Tell you what, let's start with Zubimendi because people are asking. People are asking about Zubimendi. So let's talk about Zubimendi. What is happening with him? There's some interesting stuff. So this is a website which I don't particularly use much. However, there's a couple of pieces in here which I thought was interesting, but it's not the only media outlet that's talking about this. So Sociedad are facing fresh Zubimendi issues days after he rejected Liverpool. So if you don't know this already, I'm just going to quickly read over it, but then I'll tell you some of the things that have kind of happened behind the scenes, which we didn't know about, but now we do know about. Okay. So Real Sociedad are facing fresh Martin Zubimendi issues just days after the Spaniard rejected the move. The 25-year-old has turned down the Reds in favour of remaining with his boyhood club. We know that. Preferring to spend another season with the Liga outfit. Understandably, Real is over the moon with Zubimendi. However, Sociedad's problems aren't just over yet, with their latest report claiming that fresh terms offered are not matching up to his standards. According to the Times, and I will say the Times is Paul Joyce. Okay, just to let you know, the Times is Paul Joyce. I know it's not saying Paul Joyce, but it is Paul Joyce. Okay, so that's how credible the Times is. Spanish outfit had promised to make Zubimendi the team's highest player, but as the pair report, Real is failing to live up to its words, with current contracts talks between both parties not going to plan. The report claims the talks are proving problematic, which presumably because the player is playing hardball and wants the same level of desire that Liverpool showed him. According to Capology, which is a website which tells you how much players are paid, he's earning 50 grand. Liverpool offered him 150 grand per week. So he wants similar from Real Sociedad. While Zubimendi is fully aware Sociedad cannot offer him he is hoping that his top earner, Mikel Orbazal, who earns 61,000 per week, which really isn't that much more than Zubimendi's getting. Sociedad isn't willing to offer him at least an extra 11,000 to make him their joint top earner. I'm sorry to say it, but this guy is not going to get what he wants at Real Sociedad unless they bump his wages to 100,000, which is double. He may still go. he may still go, which is crazy, and this could rumble on to the end of the window. Big up Mickey, by the way. Also big up Russell. Yeah, this summer has been drained. The amount of hate I've had off people because I'm quite optimistic of just the way Liverpool are at the moment, like just the way things are being done. I know we're not signing loads of players. I get that, but we're getting rid of dead weight. We're getting rid of players that aren't going to make it, and we're making money, which means that there could be some players coming in. And Richard Hughes said clearly the last 2 weeks are going to be frantic. He said it. It came out of his mouth. We're still not in the last 2 weeks. You're going on holiday. You probably should go on holiday, but you should probably switch everything off as well. Okay, so that's an update on Zubimendi. They've offered him 11 grand extra a week to stay at their club. That is pathetic. Like, if you're threatening the player on his emotions that he has to hand in a transfer request, yeah, and then you give him a new contract with 11 grand a week extra when Liverpool are offering him 150 grand, like, what are you going to do? Like, what are you going to do? Anyway, I've got more stuff on Zubimendi. Okay, so I'm going to share this tab. Okay. Not this one, sorry. This one. Okay. Sharing this tab. Right. I hope you can see it. Right, here we go. Right, okay. So, no, it's not that one. Sorry, I've shared the wrong tab. This is it here. Okay. So Liverpool set for one last attempt at signing. Significant salary increase, still not tempting. Okay. So this is from El Dario Vasco media, okay, an outlet, a news outlet in Spain. Okay, so Liverpool are set to make one last attempt to convince Martin Zubimendi into joining the club, but he's looking likely to sign a new deal. No, he's not. According to Del Vasco, who reported that Liverpool expect to be rejected by the player in the next few hours and be told he won't be leaving. The newspaper explains that Liverpool are willing to pay the midfielder's 60 million release clause or even pay a little above that, but they're still yet to convince the player on the move. Instead, there's a growing confidence that Sociedad will sign a new deal. Nope, that's not looking likely now. They've offered him a new deal that would offer him significant increase. No, that's not true either. Liverpool have offered everything they can to convince the footballer, offering him a contract that triples his salary. We also threw in Seth van der Berg, by the way. Not Seth van der Berg. We threw in Stefan Bajcetic on loan as well, and I'll show you that as well. We threw the kitchen sink at this guy, by the way. So it's not like we haven't tried. Sources from the club insisted the move would happen last week, but there has been a concerted effort from Real Sociedad to turn around, with President joking, even suspending his holidays to meet the midfielder and propose a new contract, which is pretty pathetic if you're only offering 10 grand more. Zubimendi has taken the weekend to think about the situation, seems to reject the dizzying offer from Liverpool. Everybody, there's loads of media people that have said that this guy's bonkers to reject Liverpool. Loads of people have said it. There's another one here. Liverpool assessing what to do next in the transfer market after missing out on top target. While Liverpool squad's in a good place, had pursuit of Zubimendi come off, things would have been markedly different. Liverpool believed Zubimendi had given the word, but the fallout. Liverpool offered Stefan Bajcetic on loan. Liverpool were clearly very keen on getting a deal for Zubimendi over the line, and the fact that he had a release clause in his contract seemingly made it straightforward. However, Zubimendi started dragging his feet, and it became clear that Sociedad were going to play hardball. As a result, it seems that Liverpool began to look for other ways to appease the Basque club and make Zubimendi's sale more palatable. And according to Fabrizio Romano, one way was the Reds to do this by offering them the chance to sign Stefan on loan. Speaking to a YouTube channel on Tuesday, discuss. So basically, I mean, look. At the end of the day, like you can slag anyone off at Liverpool you want, like you really can. But what can you do? You've offered the release clause. You threw in Stefan Bajcetic on loan for a year, and you offered the player 3 times as much in wages. Like the only thing you didn't do was put him in a suitcase and tie him up. Like the only thing you didn't do is kidnap him. like you've literally given him everything you can. Like you trebled his wages and offered them Stefan on loan. So it's like, look, guys, I know you're losing your guy, but to make things a little less, here's a guy that's probably going to improve your team in Stefan Bajcetic. And he played well in Spain. He'll have loads of time on the ball. He'll have a great season in Spain, and it'll help us as well. So it's a great bit of business on both ends, by the way. So they would have had Stefan for a year. We would have had a good player in our team. They would have had a good player in their team. And then next year, we would have had Zubimendi integrated into the team. And then we would have had Stefan Bajcetic, like with a year under his belt of proper football in Spain. And then he can come back. Like, it's a great bit of business. And we threw 150 grand at the guy a week. Like, what more could you do? Like, I know the hate is there. I know we can point the finger at people, but I really don't see what else you could have done. Like, I just don't. Like, if Sociedad, like, if Sociedad literally said to the player, mate, you're going to have to tell the fans that you want to leave the club, and they wouldn't accept anything else than the release clause, and the guy clearly stated, I want to go, but I'll only go if the club sell me. What more can you do? The club didn't want to sell him. Like the club has done the dirty on him and then offered him 10 grand more in wages. Like this could go on. Like I genuinely believe this might go on. Apparently we offered 70 million, by the way. Like there's rumours that we've offered about 70 million as well, which is more than the release clause, by the way. Revenite, mate, if there's other sixes that Slot wants, I get it. But it genuinely looks like it was Zubimendi for him, or he doesn't want anyone else. Like that's regardless to the director of football at Liverpool. The director of football can't just go and buy players. Like he needs the manager to want them. And if the manager doesn't want them, then what can you do? Like Slot wanted Zubimendi, and it's a big pull, by the way. Zubimendi's a big player who just won the Euros. Like, if he doesn't want anyone else, then why would you buy anyone else? Like, that's where we sit. Like, that is where we sit. Like, if Slot comes out and says in a press conference tomorrow afternoon and says, oh, I want another 6, then we go and get another 6. But if we don't get another number 6, and Slot said he wants one, then you can all start pointing the blame at the director of football, because Slot clearly said then, I want a number 6. So let's see what happens. Until that press conference tomorrow, we aren't going to know what Slot wants. So he wanted him. He hasn't got him right now. This could bubble on, by the way. Like, we might just throw 100 million at him at the club, and then the club go, okay, we're going to accept that. And then Zubimendi's going to go, well, you've accepted a bid, so I'm going to leave. You know, that's maybe the way it's going to spin. I don't know. But now it's now it's down to the fact that can they match what he wants? If they can't, then we just go and try and offer more money. But that's it. That's all I can say. I'm literally telling you what is being reported. Like, you can say I'm spinning it, you can say I'm doing whatever you want, but I'm literally telling you what is being reported. And what's being reported is Slot wanted him or nobody. Okay? That's it. That's it. I can't say anything else. I can't read his mind. Like, I want another guy. Like, I wanted Edison. I didn't want Zubimendi. I wanted Edison and I wanted Varela. Like, those are the two guys that moved the needle for me. Like, they moved the needle. Or if we can't get them, Yao Gomez. It's 3 really good players. Like, all do a great job. Like, that's what I want. But it doesn't matter what I want, and it doesn't matter what you want. It's what Slot wants. And if Slot wants Zubimendi or nobody, then that's it. There's no more comment on it. Like, but we are linked with other players, and I'm going to show you some of them, and they're not midfielders, unfortunately. Anyway, that's the latest I have on the Zubimendi stuff. Now I've got some information on where is it? Have I got any more stuff on Zubimendi? I might have something else. Let me just have a quick look. No. Okay, so I've got some news on a left back, and it's a left back that we've not spoke about at all, by the way. Has anyone heard of this guy? His name is Maxim de Kuiper, and he plays for Belgian Pro League team Club Bruges. He's 23. His numbers are pretty insane, by the way. So this is obviously a data-driven. Transfer. It looks like this is the guy that they're looking at to replace Andy Robinson. Has anyone heard of him? Great prospect. He's a 23-year-old. He's a bit more than a prospect, if you ask me. So shot creating actions, 99 percentile. He's pretty good. Like, he seems a lot more action oriented. He seems a lot more forward orientated. Lots of touches, lots of progressive passes, lots of attempted passes. High in the assists. Not too bad in the blocks and clearances and stuff like that. But I want to go through more of his details here. So this is the guy that we're linked with. Where is he? Let me just find the screen which has got all of his data on. Not this data, there's other data. Here he is. Okay, so this is the guy here. Where is it? Okay. Okay, so this is the information on him. So Liverpool have 2 dependable left backs in Andy Robinson and Kostas Tsimikas, but the duo are now 30 and 28 respectively. The Reds may be looking at De Kuiper as a long-term successor for the Scot. So he ranks in the top 2% of positional peers for progressive passes per game, with 7.5 per game. The top 1% for shot creating actions. Let me just close that. For shot creating actions per 90 minutes with 4, and top 4% for assists per match, and top 13% for touches in the attacking penalty area. So he gets in the box a lot. Similar to another reported left back, Aït-Nouri, there doesn't appear to be a glaring need for Liverpool to bring in Goalkeeper. I think there is, by the way. Like, I think we do need a left back. Like, I've talked about this for a long time. But he certainly seems like someone who could excel at Anfield. We don't expect a move for him this month, given other positions that need to be attended to. Well, if we don't sign anyone else, then maybe we might look at this guy. What do you think in the chat? Do you think we need a left back? I think we need a left back, like 100%. There's over 100 of you in the chat here. Big up everyone. If you can like and subscribe, that would be amazing, and it really helps the channel. I'm looking at the road to 500, which is brilliant. How much is Aït-Nouri? I think Aït-Nouri could be about 45 million, mate. So this guy's probably only going to be about 20. He's from Club Brugge. Like, he's not at a club which commands a huge amount of money. Defo left back. Left would be nice. I know there's other holes to fill. I mean, the right side is glaringly obvious for me as attack wise. Like, we've got Salah and no backup. Scottish Bear just shows how rubs the yeah, I know. We don't know anything, mate. Let's be honest. I'm showing you what I can find. I've got a new person here I've not seen before. Big up forever at LFC. Edwards and Hughes are above Slot, so why blaming Slot? Give the new coach time. I'm not blaming him. I haven't blamed him for anything. I'm just saying that if he only wants Zubimendi, and if he can't get Zubimendi, then he doesn't want another number 6, then that's what Slot wants. Like, I'm not blaming Slot. Like, that's just what he wants. But to throw our director of football under the bus because he never got another one, like, what's the point in that? When Slot has clearly said that that's his guy or no one. Like that's what came out of his mouth. Like, so that's all I'm saying. Aït-Nouri is legit proven. I totally agree. I totally agree. I think he's got a 38 million pound release clause, mate. That's what I've read in the past. There was one stage where we were linked with him and João Gomez for 90 million, like a double deal for those two players. Like, let's be honest. And this is something I've thought about for a while. Crystal Palace, Wolves, Brentford, these teams should be stepping stones. We should be going to pluck their best players out of their teams and play them in ours. Like, their best players should be plucked from their teams because we are better than them. Like, we're just superior to them. And we should be going to these teams and getting their best players out because we're better. Like, we shouldn't have to look at elsewhere. Like, we should be sitting there and going, you know what? Let's have a look in the Premier League at the bottom 15 teams. Yeah. And let's start from Brentford, Brighton, Fulham. Let's just work our way down. Yeah. And let's just see what players we want. And we should just be able to go to Wolves and go, you know what? João Gomez, Aït-Nouri, they played pretty well then. Yeah, we'll take those. Thank you very much. And it should literally be num, 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 num. And we should just be plucking these players away. Like Crystal Palace players, yeah, take them away. Like, if they're good enough, then we can just sign them. Like, there shouldn't be this issue with anyone going, oh, I don't want those players. They're proven Premier League players who have played at the high level against us as well. And a number of them have played well against us. And Aït-Nouri has had some really good games against us and kept Salah quiet. And he's young and he's very talented. And he should be high on the list. He should be high on the list. And 35 to 40 million should be our sweet spot. We should be paying 35 to 40 million minimum for any players now. That's just a fact. Like, we shouldn't be buying players less than that. Like, we just shouldn't. We're too big a club. Like, these guys should be getting signed for this much. And whether they get into the first team or not, like, we should be able to have £40 million players on the bench. Like, we're a big enough team to have 40 to £50 million players on the bench. But when you're talking like 70 and 80, then I don't think you're going to get players that are going to come to us to be on the bench. Like, they're the type of players to start. But 35 to 40 million, they should be players that we should be signing, and they should be happy to sit on the bench. They should. Like, we're a big enough team to do that. And just let us know if you agree. Like, obviously you agree. Thanks a lot. I swear, if we keep cheapskates, yeah. I mean, Gordon is not going to be cheap. Gordon's going to be 75 million minimum with like loads of add-ons. I genuinely think. Buying into mediocre, I mean, what, 35 to 40 million isn't a mediocre player, Mike. Like you ain't going to sign a 60, 70, 80 million pound player and not have him in your first team. Like, what are you offering him? Like, I know you're offering him the chance to be at Liverpool, but he's the star guy in their team, and normally from a big team or someone that's like at least in a European competition. So each year they're playing in Europe anyway, or they're close to challenging for a league. So you can't offer a guy like that a squad option. He's going to want to be in the team, which means the other guy is going to get moved out the team. And the problem is, how do you facilitate that? Like, I don't know how you facilitate that. Like, I know we all sat there and looked at Chelsea and went, oh, well, they've just bought Pedro Neto. They bought a guy that's always injured, by the way, but they also bought a guy from Wolves. So he sees himself as a guy that's probably going to push for the first team. If he played for Liverpool, I don't think he'd get into the first team straight away. So what are you selling him? What are you selling him? You're selling him hopium. Like, you know what I mean? And it's whether you've got a player that's willing to come to the club who's a star man of his team and he's not guaranteed. Like, Zubimendi has clearly been offered the centre midfield berth on the right hand side. He's clearly been offered that, like 150 grand a week. You're our guy on the right hand side. You go in and you replace Curtis Jones and Ryan Gravenberch. Like, you go in and replace those players. Like, that's your position. And they're the ones that have got to fight to get past you, mate. That's what he's clearly been offered. And the question is, how do you offer that to other players without them replacing those players? So we might be looking at Maxime Coopers, de Kuipers, but this guy, Kuipers, he's going to come to Liverpool and he knows he's not going to be the first team starter. Yeah. So that is kind of a project, and that will be a £20 million player. But if you're going for Ryan Aït-Nouri, who's going to cost 50 million, and it's been linked with Man City and other big teams, by the way, and PSG in the past, then you're going to have to say to him, look, you're going to be my first team player. Like, otherwise you ain't going to be able to sell that, because he's a regular starter for his club. And is he going to come to Liverpool and be on the bench? Like, that's a hard sell. And for me, I think he's good enough to be a starter. So I genuinely believe that, like, that we can attract players for 40 to 50 million to be squad players. But anything over, I think it's a different conversation. So with the Zubimendi one, I know he's only 50, but he's very high profile right now, and it's probably the highest point he's ever been. Like, if he didn't have a release clause, he probably cost 70 million. Like, he's 25 in his prime. Just won the Europa. Sorry, the Euros with Spain. So that's kind of how I sit with that. I've got some more news here as well. What's this? Okay, so I wanted to cover the update on the goalkeeper. So I know there's a lot of people that are like, oh, why are we signing a goalkeeper? Yeah, this is future proofing. This is future proofing, and I think it's a good. I think it's good business. To be fair, like this goalkeeper quite possibly could go to a much bigger club, like a Real Madrid or a Barcelona. Even Man City might have looked at him, to be honest. Like I wouldn't be surprised if Man City would have looked at him if the likes of Edison had gone to Saudi Arabia. But for us to get him for, I think it's 27 million. I think the final bid's going in today. They rejected 24.5, I think, for him. But we've agreed terms with him, and I also wanted to go through some of the information about how this deal works. Sorry, Mike, I'm just going to close that in the chat. Where is it? How do you find stuff that you've highlighted? How do you close stuff that you've highlighted? Oh, that's it. It's at the top. Sorry. Okay, so Liverpool have faced intense speculation over Mamardashvili. He was brilliant. I want to show you his stats as well against Ali. It's really, really, really interesting. Yeah, so this looks. I just wanted to go through this update here. Where is it? Terms agreed. Loan deal and hang on, is that it? Is this it? No, that's not it. Sorry. Yep. Okay. So the Maxine Kuipers one's in the Echo as well, by the way, which is interesting. Obviously Bobby Clark's gone. Kone is now in the Echo, by the way, as a Zubimendi alternative. Gary Neville talking crap again. Okay, so that wasn't what I wanted to cover. I wanted to cover this page. Where is it? Sorry, bear with me. It's here. No, it's not there. Where's the Mamardashvili one? No, that's not it. Sorry, bear with me. I've just got to close a couple of tabs. It's not that. It's not that. It's not that. It's not. Is it that? Nope, it's not that. Where's the page gone? Okay, it's here. Sorry about that. Bear with us. Okay, so I wanted to cover the actual deal that we're looking at. It's a bit complicated, which everything seems to be right now with Liverpool. Everything seems to be bloody complicated. So the way it works is, so Liverpool potential plan for Mamardashvili already clear. He'll join Bournemouth for one season from Valencia. So he will go. We will buy him, and he will directly go to Bournemouth. Okay. He won't be registered as a Liverpool player because you can't register a player twice, which means that if we sign him and then loan him, you can't do that. Like that's not physically possible under the rules. So we will buy him from Valencia and then he will go on loan to Bournemouth and then he will go back to Valencia and then go from Valencia to Liverpool next year. And that's the way we've structured this. Okay, because we can't buy the player, have him register at Liverpool and then go on loan to Bournemouth. So we're going to do some other deal where he goes from Valencia to Bournemouth. And then after that, he then comes to Liverpool. So it's a little bit like what we did with Naby Keita, where we paid the fee and he stayed with them. So it'll be the same. We'll pay the fee. He'll stay with them, but they'll send him on loan to Bournemouth, if that makes sense. It's a complicated one, by the way. So Mamardashvili signing would be a clear indication that he and not Keller has been chosen to succeed Alisson, and that's a fact. Like Liverpool value the 25-year-old at 25 million, and we aren't expected to sell Keller this summer unless an interested party spares no expense. So we aren't going to sell Keller unless we get 25 million. Like we're not selling players on the cheap. This isn't how we do things anymore. Like if you want our player, you have to pay the price. And that's just how it is. Like we've turned down numerous bids for a number of players now. Like Seth Vandenberg, we've turned down 2 bids for him now, and we're not going to sell him for 10 million. So PSV have now backed out because they know they're not going to get him. Like we've said, stop offering crap money. Like this guy's worth more. Stop offering crap money. So how does everyone feel about the Mamardashvili one? Does anyone think that that's a really good signing for next year? Like if Ali goes in a year's time or 2, do you think Mamardashvili is a good signing? Because he'll be 24, 25 then. Yeah, he's a good one. Yeah, I totally agree. I think he's an incredible player. Like I think he could be an Alisson replacement in the future. Like uh, big up everyone. There's 135 of you in here. If you can hit some more likes, that would be fantastic. If we can get over 50, that would be great. Yeah, he's looking world class already. I agree. I know we need Edison. I know we need Edison, mate. I said it as well. Anyway, so I wanted to show you the stats on Mamardashvili just last year. So Ali played 28 games. Mama played 37. Much more minutes, 3,000 minutes. That's a lot of minutes for a goalkeeper, by the way. 108 saves made. Save percentage, 72%. Really similar. Passes attempted, 967. Goals conceded, 41. He obviously played for Valencia team, which I don't know where they finished in the league, by the way. But he had a brilliant Euros, looked a top player. Yeah, just wanted to show you his numbers. Like they're good numbers. So 41 goals and he kept 13 clean sheets last season, by the way. So it's not bad. Not bad. 23 years old, good goalkeeper, 6'6". 6'6". This lad is 6'6". We like a tall goalkeeper. Yeah, I think it's a brilliant bit of business. It's a brilliant bit of business. Very happy with it. Bayern Munich was interested in him, by the way, just to let you know. So, just making sure we snuff out these type of teams that are going for him, because he could be a great Neuer replacement, but instead he's going to be an Ali replacement. And unfortunately, if the project doesn't work and the project isn't sold to Ali, because Ali's got cold feet, by the way, like make no bones about it. Like Alisson's said that Klopp leaving and all of the goalkeeping coaches going has really made him have a good think about whether he wants to stay at Liverpool next season. So I think he's only going to give us maybe 6 or 12 months, and there might have to be a decision made. So we're future proofing. Anyway, that's the Mamardashvili news. Some other updates I've got is players leaving. Just wanted to give you the full details on. Let me close that. I wanted to give you the full details on Bobby Clark in case you didn't know the full details. Looks like we've done the same kind of deal as Carvalho, but we've actually added another clause in. So we got 10 million for a guy we paid 1.5 million for 2 years ago, by the way, and has played 9 games for Liverpool. Tell me that isn't good business. Tell me that isn't good business. Like, that's great business. 17.5% sell-on clause, and whatever the other team offer for the player, we have right of first refusal, which is something Manchester City's put into a number of their players' contracts when they sell them on their kids. It means that if another club bids for them, if we match the price, then we can sign the player back. So it's a nice little thing we've added in there. Kone is 21 million. I've actually got an update on Kone. Edison, I don't think Edison's going to be sold, mate, because Juventus have just signed a midfielder to replace Timo Kupermeers, who has gone on strike to get a move to Juventus, but Juventus will not pay the 61 million. Like, don't be surprised if Timo Kupermeers might end up at Liverpool. I'm serious. Like, Slot has raved about this player, and he's also had him in his team before, so he knows the guy from previous. So don't be surprised if Timo Kupermeers ended up as a last minute signing for Liverpool, because 60 million will get him out the club, and Juve will only offer 45, and they won't go higher. And the guy's gone on strike now for that move, so he wants to leave. He scored 12 goals last season. Like, Timu's a good player. He's a slot player. I totally get. 100%, mate. 100%. He's a slot player. 19 league titles, six UCLs, and we have fans saying, "Let's get top four." Is that from what I said? Because we've got a new manager who's taken over from a legendary manager, yeah, who finished third twice, by the way. Finished third twice, yeah. Sorry, he finished third last season, and the season before that he finished fifth. So if Slot finishes fourth this season, which he won't, he'll finish third, because I don't see Aston Villa being better than us, and I don't see I don't see Spurs being better than us, and I don't see Chelsea, and I don't see Man United. So is that not a good finish for a guy in his first season at Liverpool? Third place, like matching the same as what Jurgen did. Like, seriously, like, are we all calling for Slot out if he finishes third next season? It's a question that needs to be asked. Like, so what if he wins the FA Cup? What if he gets us to the Champions League semi-final? A good run. So a good run in both cups, and maybe wins a cup and finishes third. Like, is that a bad season for the Slot? Is that a bad season for a guy that's just come in to take over from Jurgen? Is it? That's the question. That's the question. Like, any manager deserves 3 full seasons, and I think any manager deserves a season. I genuinely believe any manager deserves a season. I said it previously on a couple of shows. I have some feeling that he could win the league. I really do. I have this weird feeling that we could go on and win the league this season, because there is so much turmoil in Manchester City with all those charges hanging over them. Aston Villa I think they've done too much of a rebuild. Yeah. And I don't know. I don't think they've got the type of players to be able to get them over the line or to get them close enough. They were like, I think it was 18 points behind us. Spurs haven't got a good enough team. They still haven't got a good enough team yet. They bought a lot of kids. I know they bought Solanke, but they bought a lot of kids. Manchester United still haven't sorted out their midfield, and they've still got a lot of idiots at the club, unfortunately. Chelsea have got about 47 players on the book, so who knows who's going to play. There's a lot of turmoil around. Arsenal are the ones which look more solid, but Arsenal still haven't bought that striker. They still haven't got that guy. So I think Arsenal will still not score enough goals. And I genuinely believe that Liverpool look confident and safe, and they feel good in their own skin, and it doesn't look like there's any turmoil. Like, and you can listen to all the stuff about contracts and things like that, but we've made major changes in midfield, and it looks good. It looks good. We've got players that have played another year longer now. So you've got your Quansas, you've got your Bradleys, you've got your Harvey Elliott's now, who is looking like a first team player. Another year with Gravenberch might work better under Slot. You know, and the biggest thing is injuries. Like, if we sort out our injuries and we stop 5 or 6 players from breaking and being out for months, that's huge. That is huge, because last season, and I'm going to put my face on full screen now, because last season, and let me just break this down to you, okay? Last season, this is how bad our injury was last season. We lost our goalkeeper for half a season in Ali. Yeah, we lost our goalkeeper. So we lost our number one goalkeeper. How many teams lose their number one goalkeeper and still continue to play well and still continue to fight on? Because we lost our goalkeeper for the whole of half a season, like, pretty much. We lost our left back, we lost our first choice left back, and we lost our second choice left back. Okay, so we lost them. They were gone. We lost our our first choice right-sided centre back in Matip. He was gone. We then lost our second choice centre back. Yeah, on the right hand side in Canate. He was gone. Yeah, so then we had to play a kid who's never played before for Liverpool in Quansah. So we struck lucky. And luckily, we had a centre back who can play right back and left back, and played as our left back and was brilliant in Joe Gomez. Okay, so that was just that little episode. We then lost Trent for a number of games. Trent missed nearly 20 games last season. We didn't have anybody to replace him. We had Joe Gomez, but then we lost our left back. We lost both our left backs, so we had to move Gomez over onto the left-hand side. So then we had to bring another kid in Connor Bradley, and Connor Bradley performed. So then we also played Stefan Patetic there as well, and Curtis Jones, by the way, in that position. Okay, we then had McAllister red carded a number of times and injured. Curtis Jones red carded and injured. Yeah. And then we had our left-sided centre back, who's our DM, the only recognised DM. He went on international duty for a month. So we lost him. Yeah. Okay. Where do we go now? Okay. So we go to our forward line. Okay. So we had Jota injured for a number of games. Yeah. We had Salah injured for a number of games, and he also went away for a month. Yeah. How many teams can go through that much turmoil in a team being out of sync and missing players all over the park? Everywhere, like, just everywhere. Nobody had injuries like we had last season. Nobody. And we still managed to be in the running right until the last 20 days. Till the last 20 days, we were in the running for the Europa League, because we got to the semi-finals, the FA Cup, because we got to the quarterfinals, and the league. because we were top at one stage. Remember? Do you remember we were top? We were top for so long. Like we were top, and everyone thought we just go on and do this now. Like we literally beat Manchester United away in the FA Cup, and we go on and storm it, and everybody's seen it. Everyone thought we were going to win the treble. So you sit here and tell me, that if we take away those injuries, we could not win next year. Seriously, because Man City have lost one of their star players in Julian Alvarez. He just is. He just is. Okay? Like, whether you like it or not, he was one of their star players. So they have now depleted their squad. So they've now weakened their squad. Yeah. Arsenal, you might say they've improved their squad by signing Calafiore. Who knows what he's going to be like? Who knows what he's going to be like? They've also got a guy which was injured the whole of the season, the Dutch guy. I can't remember his name. So Arsenal are the ones to worry about genuinely. Like Manchester United, nah. Tottenham, nah. Aston Villa, no. West Ham, maybe. Brighton have improved a lot, but they've got a new manager and a lot of changes. West Ham have got a new manager and a lot of changes. It's the stable teams with managers that are stable. Chelsea, new manager, don't think he's any good, to be fair. You've got Manchester United with a stable manager, but just not a great team and a lot of injuries. You've got Arsenal, same manager, not really many injuries, got rid of some of their injury-prone players and have signed a few players. And then you've got Manchester City, who've, players are getting older. De Bruyne is getting older. Bernardo Silva's getting older. Like, there's players that are getting older in that team. Walker's another year older. Like, that's what I mean. Like, Slot has got a team which has got another year under their belt playing together in this way, in this system. He's got players that are going to work harder because they want to be in the team. We've got a style which seems to look like it's really good on the pitch and might suit a few players better because they've actually come out and said it. Like, we've got Virgil, we've got Salah, and we've got Trent that we need to sort out contracts, and we all know that. We all know that. Virgil and Salah, they either leave on freeze next year or we get them signed up by Christmas. I'm not worried about it. I'm just not worried about it. Like, they're older players and they know they're valued. Like, it's the Trent situation. And the news is that Trent's going to be offered the biggest contract in Liverpool history. And if you don't know the news, Real Madrid have cooled off now, and that's from Lee Steele from the Times, and from the Daily Mail, I think, who said that Real Madrid have now cooled off their interest in Trent. There might be a reason why they've done that, because we might actually have this contract sorted out. And there was also rumours about a Trent double, or someone looking like Trent being in the ground getting photos. So this could be maybe an announcement. Like, I don't know, but all I'm saying is I think the Trent thing will happen soon. And can we all admit that he looked amazing as a proper right back against Seville? Got an assist, played really well, wasn't pumping those needless long balls, and he's also leaned himself out as well, so he's not so muscular now. So maybe he feels like there's competition there from Bradley now, and he might actually put a shift in more. And let's be honest, if Virgil doesn't sign a new contract and leaves on a free, he's going to be our captain. There's a lot to be excited about, I feel, at Liverpool, and I do feel that we could surprise people next year because the team looks a unit. Like, they look together. Like, and the players that we're getting rid of, I don't think they really ever had a chance. And we're starting to thin the squad out, which makes it more tight, more compact. And maybe when it is thinned out, we might then just maybe make one or two signings. But I feel like January, we're probably going to make one or two. because he'll know exactly who's there, who's not there, who can handle the riggers, because we've got some incredible, we've got an incredible fixture list. Like it is insane, and I wanted to cover this as well in a minute. So that's I didn't really want to go into that then, but I just did. So there you go. Let's have a look at. So that's the Bobby Clark stuff, which we covered. Where are we? So okay, so this one is about Trent. Here, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Virgil van Dijk, Mo Salah, all out of contract. So what is it? Liverpool see off Real Madrid threat, losing a homegrown star like Trent. According to Daily Mail's Lewis Steele, Real Madrid have cooled their interest. So that's great, and he's about to sign the biggest deal in Liverpool history. That's according to a couple of reporters, and I know talks have been ongoing, and we actually started talks with Trent, by the way, just to let you know. We actually started talking to Trent about a new contract before he went to the Euros. You can go and look for that. We started talks before we went to the Euros. Okay, mate, I'm optimistic. Like I can't deny it. Like if you don't believe me, you don't believe me. Let's just if you don't believe me, don't believe me. Whatever. Like I've got nothing to doubt what I've seen so far. Like we look hot. We look hot. And you can't say we don't. Like, and if you turn around and go, oh, pre-seasons are nothing, then if we got spanked every single game in pre-season, then we'd all be sitting here whinging about the way we played. But we played well and we look good. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to it. It's an interesting one with Dan's, Gary, because I think it's a blessing in disguise that he didn't go, because he is going to be in and around the team. Like I know he's out for about 2 more months, by the way, which is unfortunate. But that's what happens when the old regime just kept on playing the kids and kept on giving them men's football training. Like we broke them all. Like we literally broke them all. So I think it's interesting, if so. Look, and the thing as well is if we've got three strikers who can all play down the middle, doesn't that help Jota? Doesn't that help Jota? Because that just means that Jota can have a rest. Like Jota doesn't need to get played all the time, or Jota doesn't need to play the whole 90 minutes. Like if we're winning a game 2-0 and Jota scored, for example, then we know we can defend because we've watched it happen. Like what we've done in pre-season games is we basically defended second half and we did really well. Like it's really good to see that we can defend and we don't have to keep on attacking every single minute of the game. So the case of having a Dan's and a Nunes means that Jota can come off and Dan's can come on or Nunes can come on and just finish the game off. And we know we've got a Jota that's played 60% of the game and he's fine, and then we can just rest him. Like, here you go, mate, go and have a rest. Like the problem we had is we had to play players because we either weren't scoring goals or we weren't winning games or we were losing games or we had injuries and we didn't have a choice. So they had to be played. Or you were Klopp's favourite and you just played all the time, regardless whether you were good or not. Like, it's just the way it is. Like, where does Fabio play, mate? Like, I'd really like to know where Fabio comes in because he's got he's got he's got Diaz and he's got Capco in front of him because that's what he's got. So he's third choice. So is he third choice for Brentford? Do you think Fabio Carvalho being signed for 27 million is third choice for Brentford? Yes or no? There's 109 in you in here. So do you think Fabio is going to be third choice for Brentford, or do you think he's going to be first or second choice? Just let me know in the chat because I want to know. Because what are you selling the guy? What are you selling him? because you ain't selling him first choice at Liverpool. So how does he become first choice at Liverpool? Because is he gonna get over Diaz, or is he gonna get over Gapco? Like I just don't see it. I don't see how he's going to overtake those two players. So it makes sense to make some money off him, have a sell-on clause, and wish him on his way. Like, go and have a good career. And I hope it goes well for you. And I hope you get a £70 million move on top of that, because we get money. I'm not putting all my hopes in pre-season games. But what I'm doing is I'm only talking about what the games that we played, because we haven't got anything else to judge him on. So how can you be judging us now off games that you haven't seen? You haven't seen us play Ipswich. You haven't seen us play Manchester United. Well, you have actually, because we played them in pre-season and battered them. So, what are you judging this off? Like, you're judging we're going to be crap off what? Off nothing, because you haven't seen us play yet. You haven't seen us play football against in the Premier League yet. So how can you judge us being rubbish when we haven't even played a game? Because all I'm doing is looking at what I see in the pre-season, and it looks shit hot. It looks hot. It looks hot. We conceded 2 goals. We conceded 2 goals in the pre-season, and and they were both pretty good goals. To be fair, weren't they? They were both pretty good goals. Let's be honest. Like, oh no, the first goal wasn't good against Arsenal. That was a poor goal. Like, that was a mistake by Simicast, and it kind of went through his legs and went in. That wasn't a good goal. But the goal against Seville, that was a good goal. Like, that was a great strike. So, I'm only looking at the games that we played, and we've looked good. Right. So what are you saying then? Because you're saying that I'm judging it off pre-season. So what are you judging it off? I haven't played any games yet, according to you. So what are you judging it off? Anyway, so let's talk about another update, which is this one, which is an interesting one, by the way. So Arne Slot has talked about different things that he's going to do that Jurgen did. Okay, so Arne Slot says things will be different at Liverpool for at least one player going forward. He won't be doing things the way Jurgen Klopp did. One of the great criticisms of Klopp is the use of Cody Gapco. Okay, so I think he played in lots of different positions over the past few years, playing slot. I think that's partly because Jurgen's team and Pep and Linda's team. Did you get that? Did you read that? Because that's not reading between the lines. That Slot telling you that it was Pep and Linda's team as well. And we said that Pep and Linda's didn't manage Liverpool last season. Oh, yes, he did. Because Slot is literally telling you Jurgen's team and Pepin's team. Just saying. Just saying. Everyone came at me because I said that Linda's has been managing Liverpool for the last 2 years. Well, it looks like Slot might have noticed that as well. So Pepin's team had a lot of position changes. So as a left winger, you could also play as a left midfielder or even a striker. There were a lot of switches happening. I feel my style of play is a bit more fixed in terms of position. Isn't that music to our ears? Are we not positive about that, or is that copium? Is that copium by me, or is that something that we should be positive about? That Slot has said his players are going to stay in fixed positions. So does that mean Trent's going to stay as a right back? I think so. Does that mean Cody Gapco is going to play as a left winger? I think so. Does that mean we're going to keep players in the right positions? Harvey Elliott might just stay as a 10. I think so. Jota's going to stay as a striker and not be bloody roaming all over the pitch. I think so. So let's just elaborate a bit more on that. Okay. There we go. Okay. So for us, it's a bit more about fixed positions. And I think Cody's best position is a left winger. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. But he's got some serious competition from Luis Diaz. Did you hear that? So does that mean Luis Diaz is first choice or second? Because read between the lines, it sounds like Gapco's going to be the first teamer next year and Diaz is backup. I'm just saying. So if both of them are doing great as a coach, you might feel tempted to choose one of them. I want to try out a couple of different positions, but I think both of them are best as left wingers. As directed, this is directed at Gapco, who really did move about the most. But there are a few other players who will feel the change. Diogo Jota is another who moved all over the pitch under Klopp. So did Darwin Núñez. Dominic Szoboszlai too played across several positions, and also Joe Gomez. Guys, this is music to my ears because Gapco and Diaz will play on the left. Great. Jota will play as the main striker. Great. Dominic Szoboszlai will play as an attacking midfielder. Great. And Joe Gomez is going to be our centre-back cover. Great. Music to my ears. It's exactly what I want to see. It's what I want to hear as well. Players are going to have fixed positions. None of this all over the bloody park. Like, what was it? What's the word? Square peg, round holes. Too much of that. Too much of that over the last 2 years. I've got another bit of news as well. Like, I'm not reporting this. This is, oh, actually, I'm going to talk about this bit here actually as well. Why Liverpool's youth exodus is both sensible and inevitable. Okay, this is from Ben Jacobs in 90 minutes. Okay, Liverpool's willingness to part ways with their promising young talents this summer has sparked debate among the Anfield faithful. Has provided crucial insights into the reasoning behind the strategy, dispelling the notion that new manager is merely cleaning house. Instead, it appears Liverpool's decision to sell or loan these players is driven by a confluence of factors, each contributing to a broader strategy aimed at maintaining competitiveness at the highest level. Okay, let's read into this more. Navigating a crowded pathway. We've talked about pathways for so long. Liverpool's academy has long been a source of pride, producing talents capable of breaking into the first team. Yet, the path from youth product to established first team player is increasingly fraught with obstacles. The unfortunate injuries suffered by key senior players last season forced Liverpool to rely on their youngsters more than planned. Young players played a huge role in Liverpool's 2023-24 campaign, but sources have confirmed that such level of exposure was not planned for their academy talents, and loads of them got injured. Okay, the unexpected reliance on youth, whilst yielding some impressive performances, also exposed the gap between promise and readiness at the highest levels. Liverpool's hierarchy, including Slot, now face the challenge of balancing the immediate need for results with long-term development of young players. The decision to entertain offers for talents like Doak Clark while retaining others like Trey Ione underscores a targeted approach where only those deemed ready for the rigours of the Premier League football will remain at Anfield. Strategic sales and loans, a win-win situation. Liverpool's strategy this summer appears to revolve around maximising the value of their young assets, both financially and developmentally. The sale of Carvalho to Brentford for a fee that could rise to 27 million is a prime example. Carvalho, while talented, made it clear this summer that he wanted more significant role in the season. Liverpool recognised the player's ambition and the financial offer on the table, opted for the sale that benefits both parties. Similarly, the potential departure of Seth van der Berg, valued at 20 million, reflects Liverpool's pragmatic approach to managing their squad depth. Van der Berg's desire to leave, driven by concerns over his pathway to the first team, is a sentiment echoed by many young players across top clubs. As Jacobs reports, Van der Berg has optedly admitted the desire to leave summer, By cashing in on such players, Liverpool not only secure significant transfer funds, but also avoid the scenario of stagnation where promising players linger on the fringes without significant game time. New manager, new opportunities. So these two players wanted first team football. They weren't going to get it, so we sold them. And guess what? They never played for Liverpool last season. So why do we even give a shit? Why do we even give a shit? They didn't play for Liverpool. Like, we can make nearly 50 million off those two, and they never played for the club last season. So why do we care? He didn't play for the club, period. Like, Van der Beek's never played for the club. Like, I think he played like 4 games. Carvalho's played like, I think it's 10 games. Like, why do we care? Like, let's make some money and move them on so they can have a career. And let's put that money towards other players, like, which we probably will. Like, just give us a bit of time. Like, sell what's that? Sell Gomez twice. He's not. Gomez is an England international. Like, Gomez probably would have been a better left back than bloody Kieran Trippier. Like, can we all stop this nonsense? Like, we've got England international players in our team. Like, Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, Joe Gomez, and Gerald Quansah are all England internationals. They're all capable of playing for England. Like, can we stop this nonsense about, like, saying our players are crap? Like, Jones got called up for England. Quansah got called up for England. Gomez got called up for England. Are they all crap? Are they all crap? Because they all play for England. They can all play for England. And I thought England was the best you can be. Isn't that the best? Playing for your international team. Like, isn't that the best you could be, playing for your international team? So is Bradley crap because he's the star player for his international team? Is Dominic Szoboszlai crap because he's the star player for his international team? Seriously? Like, Salah is? Virgil van Dijk is? Like, Robinson is? Like, Tsimikas is? Like, McAllister is? Like, seriously? Like, Diaz is? Gapco is? Like, can we just take a breath? Because all of our players are star players for their international team. Star players. And a number of them are captains. So for you just go, they're all shit, just sell a lot of them. Like, have a word. Like, really, have a word. Because we had just as many international players as Manchester City, and we seem to be wetting our pants over their team. When their team had 3 internationals that were garbage for England. They were garbage in the Euros. So, sorry, and I missed out Trent. Sorry, I missed out Trent. My bad. I actually missed out Trent. How did I miss out Trent? Because he's an England international as well. So, Jesus Christ. Drive me mad, honestly. Drive me mad. Like, just the lack of enthusiasm for our club. Like, the lack of enthusiasm for Liverpool. Like, do you want Liverpool to be shit? Would that make you happy? Just Liverpool, just being crap and just finishing 10th. Would that make you happy? So you can sit there on your keyboard and go, haha, I was right. Shut up. Like, seriously? Like, we do this content because we love our club. We all as content providers, we do this content because we love Liverpool and we want us to succeed. If you don't want us to succeed, go and watch another channel. Go and watch Manchester United channel. Okay? Go and watch another channel. Go and watch Real Madrid because they always win. Yeah? Jesus Christ. The amount of nonsense. Okay, new manager, new opportunities. The arrival of Arne Slot at Anfield has inevitably brought changes to Liverpool's tactical approach and squad management. However, it's important to note that Slot's decisions regarding young players have not been made in isolation. The article makes it clear that Liverpool's decision-making process is collaborative, involving the club's hierarchy and informed by extensive player assessments. Slot's influence is evident, and the careful evaluation of players like Ben Doak, who could either be loaned out or sold depending on the offers received. Ben Doak is 19 years old. Yeah, he's 19 in December, and he's done nothing for Liverpool. He's done absolutely nothing for Liverpool, like zero. Like, and he looks a million miles off a player being capable of playing Premier League football. So, like, you have to make a decision. Like, is this guy ever going to be a player that's going to be a winger for Liverpool? And the answer is no. He's just not. Like, he's not going to break into the first team. So you sell him or you loan him, and maybe he has a good season on loan, and then you probably do a Carvalho and get a fair amount of money from him. He cost us 500,000 from Celtic, and we probably get 5-7 million from him. If anyone thinks we're getting like 20-30 million, then you're mad, because he's done nothing. Investing in the future. While Liverpool have been willing to sell some of their young prospects, they are not neglecting the academy's future. The acquisition of Rio, who looks like an incredible player, illustrates the club's ongoing commitment to nurturing talent. Also, Alvin as well from Wolves looks like another brilliant player. And we've also got Trey Ione, and we've also got Amonello. Four fantastic talents. The blend of selling, loaning, and retaining players is a strategy designed to ensure that Liverpool remain competitive in the short term while building for the future. It's a balancing act that requires both courage and foresight, traits that have served Liverpool well in their recent successes. Liverpool's willingness to sell young players like Carvalho and potentially Set, and then you've also got other players like Doak and McConnell, Beck. You've also got players like Morton. You've also got players like Clark. You know, all of these players are all potentially up for sale. They've all got fees on their heads. Rather than a pragmatic approach of ensuring the squad remains balanced and competitive, for every player sold, there is a plan in place for those who stay. The retention of Trey, for example, shows that Liverpool are still committed in promoting youth. So Trey's going to be in the first team as backup. So he will be like 7th or 8th choice. Like, and that's good. And Nallo will be the same. Like, he will be 5th choice, 6th choice centre back. It's good business. It's genuinely good business. And just as a little bit of copium, because I love that, we've now been linked with Rodrigo again, by the way. I talked about Rodrigo a long time ago. I said it on Coppish TV that I think Rodrigo will be a marquee signing. How is that scary? Like, I don't know how that's scary. Like, I think he'll be 6th choice, by the way, but I don't see how that's scary. Like, he's going to play 3 or 4 games, like, and they won't be against big opposition. Like, they won't. And the fact that we've now got Quansah, and the fact that we'll be playing Joe Gomez as a centre back, means that Canate won't play as many games. Canate will not be playing so many games. And also, Trent will be playing as a proper right back. And if he's not, then we've got Bradley, who will play as a proper right back, which means that Canate isn't having to do 2 jobs at once, which means that he probably won't get injured as much, if at all. And we got this manager in because it's his record with injury, his injury record with squads is very low. Very low. Yeah, can't we just have 7 Virgil van Dijks? Yeah. We'd love that. But where are they all going to play? And how much are they going to get paid? And they'll all want to be first team. So the left back is an issue for me. And the right wing is an issue for me. It is. The midfield, I think we're okay. But if we did want to sign someone, then great. But I still think keeping Tyler Morton is a good thing to do. And it looks like Tyler Morton probably isn't going to get sold. His name's not being linked anywhere now. So there's a possibility that Tyler Morton might have played himself into Slot's mind, and he could be third choice backup on the left hand side behind Endo, which McAllister, Endo, Tyler Morton, ain't really got an issue there. Like, and on the other side, you've got Curtis Jones, Gravenberch, you know, maybe Stefan Patetic if he stays. Like, I think we've got plenty of cover there. Like, I really do. Like, where are all these players going to play? Like, if we get Zubimendi, if that maybe happens, then Curtis Jones doesn't play and Gravenberch doesn't play. So they go out the window. So they then become bit part players. So where do you fit these guys in? Which means that you probably will end up selling Endo, or you might end up loaning Stefan Patetic. So someone goes, someone comes, someone goes. Like, that's just how it works. Someone comes, someone goes. Like, because we ain't getting world class players to sit on the bench. They're going into the team. If we signed Rodrigo, I don't know what you're going to offer Rodrigo, because he's going to want to play right wing. And he's a really good right winger who's not been given the chance to play right wing at Real Madrid, because he's been playing on the left side because Vinny Jr. plays on the right. So he's been treated a little bit like Mane when Mane turned up, and Mane got dumped on the other wing, even though that's not his natural side, because Salah came and he just acclimatized to it and he was amazing. Like, so what are you selling to him? Because if you're offering Real Madrid 100 million for him, then he has to be the Salah replacement. But Salah's not going anywhere, so where does he go? So you're looking at a Bakayoko, or you're looking at a young, expensive project for a 40 million, and Bakayoko, Nottingham Forest had a bid turned down today for Bakayoko, which means that there's Premier League teams that want him. We could be forced into signing him, not him, Bakayoko. So I just wanted to let you know about that, because we could be forced into getting this guy. It's an interesting one. We see how it develops. I also wanted to cover the Virgil van Dijk stuff as well, because he responds to the talk, to what he mentioned. So here it is. Virgil van Dijk, whose currently deal is up in 12 months, has sparked some panic with Liverpool with his recent comments. In recent days, he has revealed there is no update on discussions over a new deal, despite his clear importance to Liverpool's side. However, additionally, Virgil van Dijk told the media, following Netherlands Euro exit, that he will think carefully this summer about what I want at club level and as an international player. However, sources say there is a willingness from all parties to extend the centre-back's Anfield stay. As it stands, Virgil van Dijk will be able to discuss pre-contracts. Yeah, we know about that. But Liverpool are set to move to prevent that scenario by opening talks with the Red skipper towards the end of 2024. Okay? We can talk to Virgil in November. We can talk to Virgil in December. And we can do the same with Salah. Okay? It's not going to make any difference. As long as we don't let them go into January, because then they can start talking to other clubs. So we can start discussions for those in a couple of months. It's not a priority. Trent is a priority. Okay. Virgil's your captain. Salah wants more records. I don't think it's hard. Get back a Yoku. Yeah, I mean the Bakayoko thing. They've turned down an offer which you believe is 40 million from Nottingham Forest. So I don't know 100% about that, but it has been reported. Have we got any other news? I've got no other news there. However, I wanted to cover the fixtures. Here it is. Okay, so if you don't look at this channel, then you should, because it's really, really good. It's called This Is Anfield. They're really good, by the way. Actually, I need to do that. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, so these are the fixtures. Obviously, we've got a 12:30 kickoff against Ipswich. So I wanted to really cover the block. Okay, so how I see it is we have blocks of games before international breaks. Okay, and that's what I wanted to cover because there's some unbelievable blocks of games. So the first three before the international break is Ipswich away, Brentford at home, and Man United away. In the chat, how many points do you think we're going to get off that first block? Let me know in the chat. How many points do you think we're going to get in that first block? Do you think we're going to get 9 points? Do you think we're going to get? Do you think we'll win all of those games? 7. Okay. Who do you think we're going to lose? Who do you think we're going to drop points against? LK. Do you think we're going to drop 2 points against Manchester United away? Do you think it's United away, which will be a draw? Yes or no? Yes or no? United will drop 2 points. United maybe, yeah. Okay, so I actually think we're going to get 9 points in those games. I think we'll beat Ipswich. Ipswich haven't really done much. I do want to do like a pre-game show where I kind of show Ipswich's formation and the team and kind of how they played last season. And obviously, I'm not going to cover Liverpool because we already know like how we've been doing in pre-season and that. The Manchester United one, they're going to have a lot of new players to integrate, and they're going to have to play them. Okay, so they've just bought a centre back and a right back. Sorry, and a left back. So they bought Maserazzi, who's always injured. Okay, to replace Wan-Bissaka, who I thought was a good player, by the way. Like, clip that one if you want, but I thought Wan-Bissaka was a good player, and he's a great signing for West Ham, if you ask me. And they've also got De Ligt, who's got a really stinky record. Like, he's not a great player. Okay, and they're going to be playing him with Lissandro. I can't remember his bloody name now. Who's the centre back that they signed? The Uruguayan. So they're going to be playing pretty much that team and Luke Shaw if he's fit. Okay, that's 2 players that have never played for Manchester United before, and they haven't even got a pre-season game under the belt. And they would have played Lenny Yoro, by the way. He's injured. He's injured for like the next 3 months. Okay, so you've literally got them at their ground. Okay, I don't know. I think the Manchester United game comes a bit too soon for them to have enough to be able to really give us a game. So I think we'll win those 3 games. I think we'll win Brentford at home. I know Carvalho will probably have a point to prove, but I just think we're too strong at home when we're going to kind of keep that fortress mentality. Ipswich, I think Ipswich are going to be in for a shock. And then you've got the international break. Which is Lee Carsley will be the England manager. So do you think Curtis Jones and Harvey Elliott might get a call? I don't know. Do you think maybe Trent might get played as a right back because Reece James is injured? Kieran Trippier is not getting any younger, and he might start looking at younger players. And also, do you think Kyle Walker's going to carry on getting called up after how bad he played in the Euros? So I think Trent will be the England right back, and I think I think Curtis Jones might get a call up. I think Trent will get a call up, and I genuinely believe that Gomez will get another call up. So it would look good for England and Liverpool for those games. So we've got a break there. Then we've got Forest at home. We've got our first Champions League game, and we don't know who that could be. And the way the Champions League is drawn, we could literally end up with like Inter Milan and Barcelona. Like it's very mad how that could work out. Then you got Bournemouth at home, so you got two pretty easy games there at home. Carabao Cup third round, we could end up with anybody, and then you got Wolves away. So you've got 1, 2, 3 more Premier League games in September, but this is the second block, and then you've got Crystal Palace away. So you've got Forest, Bournemouth at home, Wolves away, Palace away. Wolves away and Palace away are tricky games, by the way. Do you think we're going to get 12 points from that? 12 points? What do you think? And that's a really good point. I wanted to kind of cover the 12:30 kickoffs as well. So I'll tell you the kickoff times. Ipswich is 12:30, Brentford's 4:30, Manchester United's 4 o'clock, Nottingham Forest is 3 o'clock, Bournemouth's 3 o'clock, Wolves away is 5:30, Crystal Palace is 12:30 away. After it's 12:30 away, and that's after a Champions League game. So we've been screwed again, basically. Okay, we've been screwed again. All right. So we'll be playing in it. We'll play in a Champions League game. Luckily, that will only be on a Wednesday, isn't it? I think it's a Wednesday. And then we got Palace away. So if we had a European game, a Europa League game, then that would be a Thursday and then a Saturday. Is there a Saturday? Let me just double check. Crystal Palace Saturday away, 12:30 kickoff. Palace, I will say though, Palace at home at their ground, early kickoffs, they don't play well. Just saying, they don't play great. Like there's been a few where they've been tonked. It's a bogey team. I agree. It can be a bogey team. So what do you think? Do you think 12 points? 12 points. You think we'll get 12 points out of those games? So you got September, October block up to the next international break. Do you think 12 points? Do you think we'll drop any points in those games? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. 12 points or 10 points? Let me know in the chat. Okay, I'm adding these up, by the way. I'm going to add these up. So I'm adding these up because I just want to know what kind of points we're going to end on. Okay, so I think we're going to get 9 points for the first one. Yep. And I think we're going to get 12 points for the second block. Okay, so I think we're still 100%. That's how I feel by looking at those games. Still think we're 100%. Okay, some people say 10, some people say 9. Do you think we're going to drop points against Palace? Is that the team you think will drop points against? Stella, let us know, mate. All right. Okay, so we're going to move on. Then we've got Chelsea after the international break. We've got Chelsea at home, which is a 5:30 kickoff at night. Then we've got a Champions League game again, and then we've got Arsenal away. The Arsenal away is a 4:30 kickoff on a Sunday. Okay, that's a tough fixture list. And then you've got the Carabao Cup 4th round. Okay, so we then go into the 4th round. Depending on how we get on, we might not even be in that. Okay, you think we'll draw 1-1? Okay, I didn't ask you for the score, but yeah, fair enough. You'll probably tell me your score as well. Okay, so far I'm on 21 points. I'm on full point score still. Okay, all right. I'm going to move the screen up so you can see the rest before the other block, because this is how we should work it out. We should look at the blocks, because this is where the team comes into play. This is where having your squad options comes into play because of the squad. So these Champions League match days depend on the Champions League teams we get. If we get an easy group, we may play less first team players. Yeah. May depend on whether we play some of the younger players or some of the squad players. We might get a hard team in the Carabao Cup and play the first team, win it, and then the fourth round we might get a lesser team. So it does depend. But then you've got Arsenal away, and then you've got Brighton at home, and then you've got another Champions League game, and then you've got Aston Villa at home. So you've got Chelsea home, Arsenal away. This is one of the toughest. Brighton at home and Aston Villa at home. So you've got 3 big games: Chelsea, Brighton, Villa, and Arsenal away. Do you think we will get another 12 points off that run of games? Okay, let me know in the chat. Do you think that block of games we'll get 12 points? Let me know in the chat. Ten. I agree. I agree, by the way. I agree. I think it'll be 10. I think it'll be 10 points. I think if we're going to drop any points, it's going to be Arsenal away, and it could be a draw in that game for me. So I'm saying 10. I'm saying 10 or 9. If we lost against Arsenal away, it's not out of the ordinary. They're a really good team at home. They really are. But I think we'll beat Chelsea at home. I think we'll beat Brighton at home. I think we'll beat Villa at home. We have done before. Okay. I know they look hard, but I think the Arsenal away is the real tough one. So I'm saying 10 points. Okay. Now we're moving into mid-November. Yeah. So we got another international break. Then we've got Southampton away, and I'm just going to look at the kickoff time. Southampton away is a 3 o'clock kickoff. Okay. Manchester City at home is a 3 o'clock kickoff, which is good, by the way. We haven't been screwed on that. Newcastle is on a Wednesday. Newcastle's on a Wednesday night at 7:30. Oh, hang on. Newcastle's on a Wednesday night at 7:45, and then we've got Everton away at a 3 o'clock. Where are we? At 3 o'clock. Then we've got more Champions League. Then we've got Fulham at home. The Fulham game is at home, 3 o'clock kickoff. Tottenham away, 3 o'clock kickoff. Leicester at home, 3 o'clock kickoff. West Ham away is another 3 o'clock kickoff. And I believe that is that block. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, so let's just do the whole of December and the patch of and a patch of November. Okay, so let's just look at that. So you've got Southampton away, Manchester City at home, Newcastle away, and that's on a Wednesday. Everton away, Fulham at home, Tottenham away, Leicester at home, and West Ham away. That is seriously tasty. That's a lot of games in a short amount of time. So we've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Do you think, how many points do you think we'll get out of 24 there in the chat? Out of 24. Ooh, that's low. I think that's low. I'm with you. I'm with you, Stella. I think 20. I think if any games we're going to drop points, I think it will be Manchester City at home and Newcastle away. And if any others, potentially Tottenham away. But I don't know. I still think we're strong. I still think we're a strong team against Tottenham. So I think Newcastle away, and the reason I say Newcastle away is probably because it's smack in the middle of the week. So if I look at Manchester City and Newcastle, the dates, Man City's on the Saturday the 3rd, on Saturday the 30th of November. Newcastle's on the 4th of December. I mean, if you really want to look at that as well, then you've got the Everton game, which is on the Saturday, but there's no 12:30 kickoffs there. And these could be changed, by the way. Yeah, I know we never lose to Newcastle, but it's the Anthony Gordon factor in it. If Anthony Gordon stays, he's definitely going to have a point to prove, isn't he? So I think Man City and potentially Newcastle. And if it's not Newcastle, then it'll be Tottenham. So that's why I'm saying 20 points out of those 24. Okay, and that's the year done, by the way. And there's no break. Okay, so there's no like winter break anymore. And there's nobody going to AFCON from Liverpool because AFCON's not happening. I don't know whether the Asia Cup's happening. If the Asia Cup's happening, then we'll probably lose Endo, but we might not even have Endo. So I'm going to go through those games now. So you start the year with Man United at home, which is brilliant, isn't it? And then you've got Carabao Cup. It was still in it, semi-final, first leg. FA Cup third round. Forest away, Brentford away, Champions League again, Ipswich at home. And we look at these kickoff times. Then you've got Man United, 3:00. Forest away is on a Tuesday. So that would be, hang on, so that's a Tuesday, which means that the FA Cup will be on a Saturday or a Sunday, and the Forest game will be in the midweek. So the FA Cup will be on a Saturday. That's an interesting one, just to let you know. Then you've got Brentford away, 3:00 kickoff. Ipswich at home, 3:00 kickoff. How far are we into the next? I'm just going to see how far we are into the next batch of games. No, so we'll just do January. Okay, so January, United at home, Forest away. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12. How many points out of 12 there in the chat? What do you think? How many points out of 12 there? United away, Forest away. So United at home, Forest away, Brentford away, Ipswich at home. Do you think that's 12 points? 12 points. I know the match times are subject to change. I totally get that. I totally get that. But I'm only giving you what's the information that we've got. So 9. Who do you think we're going to lose to? You think we're going to lose? Who do you think we lose to? Who do you think we're going to lose to? Is Oscar Bob injured? Has Oscar Bob got injured? Because he's supposed to be having a breakout season, like this season. That's the reason why they haven't signed a. That's the reason why they're probably going to get rid of. Well, Jack Grealish was interested in leaving. Okay, so Let's do February. So I think 12 points, by the way. I just wanted to let you know. I think 12 points. February, Bournemouth away. So Bournemouth, 3 o'clock kickoff away. Wolves at home, 3 o'clock kickoff. Manchester City away, 3 o'clock kickoff. Newcastle at home, 8 o'clock, which means we play in Newcastle on Wednesday twice. And what are the odds of that? Wednesday twice for Newcastle. We've obviously got Champions League playoffs in between those, and also FA Cup. So it's quite a packed month. So what do you think against Bournemouth away, Wolves at home, Man City away, and Newcastle at home? How many points out of 12? How many points after 12? Let me know in the chat, and I'll move on. We got March, April, and May, and then we're done. Okay. So March, 10 points. So I've said 10 points as well, by the way. I've said 10 points. I think 10 points as well. Yeah. Okay. I'm glad people are agreeing. We're not actually that far off, by the way, chat. From the same numbers that we're looking at. Okay. So March, Southampton at home, 3 o'clock kickoff. Aston Villa away, 3 o'clock kickoff. Everton at home. It's on a Wednesday, 8 o'clock kickoff. So I'm going to do all of April's as well. Everton at home, 8 o'clock kickoff on a Wednesday, which means we're playing Everton on a Tuesday and a Wednesday. So we've got Newcastle and Everton both on weekdays, both games, home and away, which is weird. That's just weird. Fulham away, 3 o'clock kickoff. West Ham at home, 3 o'clock kickoff. Leicester away, 3 o'clock kickoff. And Tottenham at home, 3 o'clock kickoff. All Saturdays apart from the Everton game, which is on a Wednesday. So let's have a look at the Everton game. Where does that fall? It falls straight after the FA Cup quarterfinals, which is a bit of a shitter, but it is what it is. And the Champions League quarterfinals falls in between the Fulham West Ham game and the West Ham Leicester game, which is not ideal. And the semi-finals and the Champions League semi-finals falls after the Tottenham game, which isn't too bad because it would have been bad if it fell before. So how many do you think we're going to get out of those? So we've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. Out of 21 points, how many do you think we're going to get there? Let me know in the chat. Out of 21 points, how many do you think we're going to get? Because I see potentially one tough game in Villa away, like a really tough game, Villa away, and smack in between Champions League and Carabao Cup. So you don't know whether we're going to go hard or not because you've got the Carabao Cup final, and that's insane because that's on the 16th. That will have to get moved. This game will get moved if we get to the Carabao Cup final. So I think the Villa game, which will probably get moved if we get to the final, is a tough one, and maybe Tottenham. So I'd give it 19 points. 19 points for me. Okay, and then we've got the last run of games, which is the last run of games, which is this batch here. So you've got Chelsea away, 3 o'clock kickoff. Arsenal at home. This is the run-in, by the way. 3 o'clock kickoff. Brighton away. So basically, we've had Chelsea and Arsenal and Brighton twice as teams we played after each other. Like, tell me how that is not by design. And then we've got Palace to end the season at home. So, like, tell me how that isn't by design. Like, I've just noticed that because that's pretty much our second block. So, if we look at the games in October, you've got Palace, Chelsea, Arsenal, and Brighton, all in a batch of 4, and then you end the season with Chelsea, Arsenal, Brighton, and Crystal Palace. Like, what a crock of shit. Seriously, what a crock of shit. Like, tell me that isn't by design. Because you can't have the same 4 teams again just by chance. Like, you had them at the start of the season, and then you had them at the end of the season. That is a pile of crap. I'm sorry. Anyway, let me know what you think. How many points we're going to get, because it's 3, 6, 9, 12, and they are stinkers, absolute stinkers. Chelsea away and Arsenal at home and Brighton away. Jesus Christ. And that's to win the league, by the way. That could be literally the games to win the league. Like 8 points. I actually think we'll probably only get 6. I think we'll probably only get 6 out of them, because that is tough. That's the run in. Like, and we could be in the Champions League. Like, we could be in the FA Cup final. We could be in the Champions League semi-finals. Like, they are stinky. And if you look at the Carabao Cup, if we're in the Carabao Cup final, that Aston Villa game's getting plonked in there as well. That Aston Villa game will be shoved in there somewhere, and that's away. So I think probably 6. So okay. So can I tell you, after adding all of those games up, I have finished with a grand total of 92 points. That's a grand total of 92 points. Do you think 92 points can win you the league? Yes or no in the chat. And I've only got 5 minutes left of this video. Do you think 92 points will get us over the line? In the chat. Because Arne Slot thinks that we need to get more than 83 points. Arne Slot's aiming for 83 points plus, because 83 points won't even get you second place, he said. $90 to $95. It's a fair point. It's a fair point. I'm finishing on 92, and I've took a loss to City. I've took a loss to Arsenal. I've took a draw to Aston Villa. I've took a draw to Chelsea away. I've took a draw to Arsenal at home. I've took a draw to Tottenham. So I've taken points, deductions. Like, I feel like we will lose some games. I feel like we're probably going to lose 3 games, maybe 4. But I don't feel like we'll draw as many games. And I don't feel we'll draw as many games because I feel like we're going to be solidified at the back, and we're going to play more conservative football. Like, we're going to have a more cohesive defence that isn't going to try and win the ball on the halfway line and then that's it. Like, if they get past the defence on the halfway line, we are screwed. I don't feel that's how it's going to work. We finished second on 97 points. It's a real point. It is. But Manchester City haven't had a huge point number in the last couple of years. The league's been won with lower numbers. So I feel 92 points could get us there, could get us close. And that, we've just looked at all the games. we kind of just added it all up. The majority of you around the 86 point plus mark, by the way, just looking at some of your numbers. So we all feel we can get more points than we did last season, this season. So tell me why you're all so negative. Tell me why you're all so negative. Because you've already told me that you think we'll get more points than last season and the season before. So why are we all so negative? Like, seriously, like Man City, I don't feel are going to be all the way there. Like I know they won the league last season, but we were in first place and Arsenal were in first place. Like, and the season before, Arsenal were in first place as well for a lot. Like, so Man City are not invincible. They're not invincible. Like, and I think this Chargers coming up is going to be a distraction. Whether you think it is or not, whether they say it is or not, it has to be a distraction. Because if they get relegated, which is now in the air, it's now being talked about, relegation is on the table. Players will be looking the other way. They'll be looking the other way. And their big boys are already talking about leaving. Like, there's already rumours about the likes of Edison and De Bruyne, like, and Bernardo Silva. These guys are already, there's already talks about them maybe selling some of these players. Like, Rodri isn't going to stick around if they get relegated. He's not going to stick around if they get relegated. And if Manchester City get an injury to Rodri, we know that they'll lose games. We'll know they'll lose games. Kyle Walker's not getting any younger. There's a fallibility there. Erling Haaland can't be the only guy they have up front. Because at the moment, they haven't got any other strikers. Because they sold Alvarez and they sold Delap, who was their other player. Who else have they got to play up front? Are they going to play midfielders up front? So we have to look at it that you're all saying that we'll get more points than last season. So how is it a failure? How is Slot a failure if he's going to get more points than we did last season and the season before? Like, and why are we all being so negative about stuff when I'm looking at your numbers and your numbers are giving me more than we got this season just gone? That's what I'm saying. I don't think Arsenal will, because Arsenal haven't done it. They haven't done it. They failed twice. Like, they bottled it twice. Oh, did he just break his leg? Wow, he was supposed to have a real breakout season. Can happen to anyone. So I'm going to end the video now because it's been 2 hours, but I'm really glad that we kind of covered this, and I'm glad you stuck around, and it's good to see that we're all starting to be a bit more realistic. And I wanted to show you the fixture list, and I just wanted to kind of show you that you believe we will get more points than last season and the season before. So we have to be more positive. And we have to sit here and think, well, we were only 6 points behind winning the league. We were 6 points. Like, you know, we lost against Palace and we lost against Everton, and that was it. Like, if we hadn't have lost those games, we'd have won the league. Like, we were really that close. Like, we just were. Like, it's just a fact. Like, if we'd have beat Man United away in the FA Cup, we'd have probably carried on the momentum. But there was errors that were made, and the errors that were made was we brought all our first team players who were injured back in without them having any kind of game time. They just came straight in cold and they just weren't ready. And it's just unfortunate. And we had some stinky games and we had some stinky refereeing. Like, we also have to be more positive as well, because there's automated offside next season. VAR is becoming automated for offside. Like, those mistakes won't happen again. Like, there's going to be so much scrutiny in Liverpool games on the way they're refereed, because we know that we were robbed over and over and over last season. If we weren't robbed at Tottenham and we weren't robbed at home to Man City and we weren't robbed against Arsenal with the basketball, then that's 9 points. That's the league done. Like, that's the league done. Like, so there's going to be a change there. There's going to be a shift. Like, the refereeing improved once the highlight was on them, once the spotlight was shine on them, and Liverpool talked about them more, and the fans knew that things weren't quite right. And automated offside is going to be huge. It's going to help us, because Darwin Núñez is probably going to get more goals. He's probably going to get more goals because he'll be onside more. Like, and there won't be any dubious decisions. So let's see how it goes. Okay, but I just wanted to put that out there, that you're all very negative about this season, and you've already showed me that you think we're going to get more points than last season, which means it's a good season. It's better. It's better than Jurgen did for 2 years. Just saying. Okay. Much love, everyone. Everyone who stuck around, amazing. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do. If you're going to write in my comments, please be respectful. Otherwise, I'll ban you. Like, it's as simple as that. I can't be having people writing hate in my chat. Like, it's just not. It's not on. We're all Liverpool fans. We all want our club to do well. If you don't agree with my comments, then don't watch my channel. Like all my opinions are just my own, and I show you all of the news as I read it myself. Like, it's there. You can go and find it yourself. I'm not making this stuff up. Like, I know you keep on saying that I'm flip-flopping and stuff, but sometimes players need a chance. Like, Gravenberch didn't play well last season. He looks like he's going to play well this season. If he doesn't, I'll criticize him. If Tsimikas is shit this season, I'll criticize him. You know how I work. Okay? Night, everyone. I'll catch up with you soon, and hopefully we'll have more news to cover. And obviously, if there's more signings, brilliant. Let's see where we go. Up the Reds. Let's roll on this year.